dear students, teachers, administrators, members of the juries, and telespectators watching us now. I am named Gemjo Camden Paola Lynn, a student of Green Hills Academic High School. Today, our project is going to talk about tomato farm. Our project is intended to make use of sustainable practices, techniques, and best varieties to produce high quality of long shelf life fresh tomatoes all year round. It constitutes of 15% of our daily vegetables intake by Cameroonians. The demand for tomatoes by the 22 million and growing Cameroonians population is estimated at 2.1 million metric tons per year, while Cameroonian population only produces 1.2 million tons of tomatoes annually. Cameroon is among the major producers, which spends over 8 billion francs CFA annually on tomatoes. Also, agribusiness has proven itself in many nations to create more jobs opportunities for those in rural areas where our farms are. The project will be carried out on 1 hectare of leased land on which an estimate 10,000 plants will be planted, which will be equipped on an irrigation system, where the expected duration is 1 year. Tomatoes takes between 90 to 120 days to mature. The procedure involved is land preparation, nursery preparation, transplanting, which is moving the seedling from nursery field, fertilizer application, which has to be done 2 weeks after transplanting, pest management, and harvest. We harvest tomatoes 80 to 120 days after transplanting and packed in the sheet. Using the current values of the Central African, this project is estimated at a cost of 23 million. This fund will be utilized to achieve the milestone set prepared below: 1 hectare of farmland, high-ride tractor and operator, a dig well, a farm tool and farm input, the nursery, cost of labor for nursery, delivery of harvested crops to the market, logistics and operational expenses. We concluded that the estimate target yield from 1 hectare of farm land after 120 is 7,030 kilograms of local basket of tomatoes currently sold on average of 3,500 francs CFA. But since the price are increased now, tomato is no longer 3,500 francs CFA, but it has high up to 8,000 francs CFA, which becomes more difficult for buyer and sellers, where they can buy their tomatoes, but they don't know how to store them, and it gets spoiled without them getting profit. So here we have various stages of storing our tomatoes locally and only locally. The advantage is that by washing them, dry and grind using a machine. Also, you can grind and boil the tomatoes under low fire and store it in a bottle. Before storing in the bottle, you have to sterilize the bottle in order to avoid germs and bacteria, so that your tomato should not get spoiled. Because when you store it in a sterilized bottle, it can stay like 1 week without getting spoiled. And some people ask me, why am I drying? I will not dry it under the sun. I will dry it in a machine, and that machine is called a dehydrator. A dehydrator is a machine which absorbs water from any fruit and expel it out, and there's some holes on the dehydrator that will help that will help water vapor to go out. Like my tomato, I first of all dry it in the dehydrator and it became like this. Then I grind it to become like this. So I don't have Elena tomato, but I have Green Hills tomato, which have many vegetables. That is, it is rich in natural oxidant and help fight aging cells and free radical damage. They are also excellent source of vitamin C and A and lycopene. Average value have energy, fat of rich saturated carbohydrate of rich sugar, fibers, protein and salt are being there. For 50 kilograms, we have 191 kilojoules, 45.5 kilojoules, 0.5 gram, 0.1 gram, 7.25 gram, and 7.25 gram again, 1.15 gram, 2.4 gram, 0.5 gram respectively for all the average values that I've just listed. And this is a powder tomato, just Green Hills tomato produced a powder tomato. Here, you can store your tomato and it will not easily get bad. You can also do an income with it. And it's also a source of employment for other people. Here we have dried tomatoes. You can eat it like this, and it's for people that does not have time to cook in the house. You can dry the tomatoes, and when you are not free, you can just cook like that. This project will contribute to increased supply of tomatoes within our community and the country as a whole, thereby contributing to food security. Thank you.
Can you tell me the advantages of having these kinds of products? What are the advantages?
The advantage of having this product is that it cannot easily get spoiled as tomatoes that we buy in basket. Here you can this one you wash your tomato like 3 times. You boil and leave the temperature. The fire will be low so the water can evaporate. Then you store in a sterilized bottle, or if you don't have bottle, in a plastic, put in the freezer. Now for the powder one, it's not everybody that's having a dehydrator in order to dry the tomatoes, because you cannot dry it on the sun. So
yeah, I understand what you're saying. So that this one is something that you can do in your home.
yes, ma'am.
Right? I've tried it. I've put it in bottles.
Yes, yes.
I know what you're talking about. But can you add other spices to it, or just plain like this? Can you add like celery, thyme, oregano?
You can. Yes, we can add it. We can add it.
You can add it, and it's not going to
No, ma. So far as the water is being absorbed from the fruit, there is no problem.
Excellent. And you say when you dry it, you need the dehydrator.
Dehydrator.
So if you don't have a dehydrator and you want dried tomatoes, what do you do?
You can't. That's why I did.
Use your oven. You can use your oven.
It's not going. It's okay. That's why I did this one for people that does not have a dehydrator.
She said you can use it.
Yes, you can use it. You can try 180 degrees, very low temperature. Slice your tomatoes paper thin and then dry it very, very low temperature. For about 4 hours, you're good to go.
Now my biggest question is this. I bought the baskets of tomatoes and I boiled them down, like you say, and I put them in this. But is it cost effective? I mean, how much of that paste will I use? Say if I were to use 20 tomatoes, how do I convert the 20 tomatoes to the paste? Have you kind of calculated?
Yes, madam, I've even prepared. So it's depending on the event you are having. If you are not much in the house, you can just take 2 spoons and the water that you are going to put in the pot. 2 spoons of the dry. Yes, ma'am. And this one is 3. Yes,
of the paste.
but you don't put much water because it's already fine.
That's my biggest question, to know whether it is cost effective.
No, my
whether it's better for me to use my fresh tomatoes or whether it's more advantageous for me to have this kind of
It's more advantageous for you to have this because you don't have.
that in your selling tips and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that people like us, that's what we're looking at. Say you want to make Google to me, you don't need only that. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.